I always thought the worst nightmares lived inside a person's head. But after what happened to me, I realized that some horrors come from the outside. They don't vanish when you wake up. They continue to live right beside you. And the most terrifying thing is, they know how to wait. It all started with a phone call. I was coming home late one evening when my phone vibrated in my pocket. The screen showed an unknown number. I don't usually answer calls like that, but something made me answer. There was only silence on the line, just a faint, distant breathing, long and raspy, as if old lungs were struggling to draw air. "Hello?" I said. "Who is this?" There was no answer, only the breathing. And then a quiet whisper. The words were barely audible, but I caught them. "It's following you." I froze. "What? Who are you?" The line went dead. I wrote it off as a stupid prank, but that night I had a dream. I was walking down a deserted street, and someone was walking behind me. I couldn't see its face or hear its voice, but I knew it was it. When I woke up, I couldn't fall back asleep for a long time. A couple of days later, the strange things intensified. First, I noticed that the apartment door was sometimes not as closed as I had left it. Then things started to move. It seemed insignificant, a mug in a different place, books shifted. But I lived alone, and this no longer felt like a coincidence. On the third day, I got another call, the same number, the same whisper. "It's close." I screamed into the phone, "Stop! Who are you?" But in response, I heard only that same heavy breathing. And suddenly, the call ended, but that same breathing started in the room. It wasn't coming from the phone. It was right here. I dropped my phone and looked around. Silence, an empty apartment. But I could feel a gaze. Someone was here. From then on, I started noticing it more often. A shadow in the mirror, even though no one was behind me. A silhouette in the hallway that vanished when I blinked. And that feeling, the feeling of being watched every second. I decided to tell my friend Max about everything. He was a skeptic who always laughed at anything mystical. We met at a bar. "You're just burned out. Work, stress, insomnia. You're imagining things." I wanted to object, but suddenly his face changed. He was staring over my shoulder into the back of the room. His skin had gone pale. "Damn," he whispered. "Did you see that?" "What?" I turned around. A figure was standing behind our table, tall and unnaturally thin. Its face was hidden under a hood. It was looking right at us, or rather, right at me. I blinked, and the figure was gone. Max swallowed nervously. "Okay," he said. "I believe you now." We started looking for information. Max remembered an old legend he had once read about the follower, a being that chooses a victim and follows them until it takes their soul. You can't run away from it. You can't stop it. The only way is to pass the curse on to someone else. But how? That night, I heard footsteps outside my door again, slow, heavy ones. I looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty, but I could feel that it was standing there right in front of me, inches from me. I could even hear the door's wood creaking under its breathing. I backed away, hid in the room and turned on the light. But the light didn't help. A shadow appeared in the corner of the room. It moved even though the light source was still. I covered my ears with my hands. "Go away! Go away!" The shadow didn't leave. It stretched out like a hand and touched the wall. The paint bubbled there as if by a burn. I stopped leaving the house. The phone kept ringing, always the same number. I stopped answering, but it didn't help. One day the screen lit up with, "It's inside." I slowly lifted my eyes, and I saw it right in the middle of the room. It was something that resembled a person, but its body was distorted, as if the bones inside were put together incorrectly. The arms were too long, the fingers thin as wire. And the face, there was no face. Instead, there was a black void that reflected my own image. It took a step toward me. I screamed, and at that moment, everything disappeared. I woke up in the hospital. Max was sitting beside me. "You were in shock," he said. "The neighbors found you. You were screaming and beating against the walls." I wanted to tell him everything, but he cut me off. "Don't. I saw it too. When we were at the bar, I saw it too. It chose you." I asked if it could be stopped, but Max just shook his head. "Only by passing it on to someone else. But think about it. Could you live with dooming another person?" I was discharged a week later. The phone no longer rang. The doors didn't creak. I thought it was all over, but I was wrong. On the street, I saw a woman. She was walking behind me, too close. I quickened my pace. She did too. I turned into an alley. She followed me. I stopped. "What do you want?" She raised her head, and I saw the black void instead of face. Now I am writing these lines, even though I know I won't be able to soon. It's nearby. I can feel its breath on my back. It follows me even when I close my eyes. And if you are reading this now, be careful, because maybe it has already chosen a new victim. And now it's following you.